Do you know what this button is for? This is the air recirculation button. It looks like a car with a curved arrow inside it. It is one of the most useful but often misunderstood features in a car's climate control system. Here's everything you need to know about it. Let's begin by discussing what the air recirculation button do. In simple terms, it controls the source of the air entering your car's cabin. When the recirculation button is on, or when the button lit, the system closes the outside air intake and recirculates the air that's already inside the car. When recirculation is off, or when the button is not lit, the system draws in fresh air from outside the car. Think of it as choosing between breathing the air in a sealed room versus opening a window. Now let's see when you should use it or when to turn is on. 1. When you want to cool the car faster on a hot day, this is the most common use. When you first get into a scorching hot car, the interior air is often much hotter than the outside air. By recirculating this already cooled air, your AC doesn't have to work as hard to lower the temperature further. It's far more efficient than constantly cooling new, hot air from outside. As a pro tip, drive with the windows down for the first minute to exhaust the super hot air, then close the windows and turn on recirculation for maximum cooling efficiency. 2. When you want to avoid bad smells and pollutants. When driving through areas with heavy exhaust, like behind a diesel truck, through a tunnel, past factories, or in areas with strong smells, skunks, manure, etc., recirculation acts as a barrier, preventing those pollutants and odors from entering your cabin. 3. When you want to keep out dust and allergens. If you're driving on a dusty dirt road, in a construction zone, or during high pollen seasons, using recirculation with the AC on will filter the cabin air through your car's cabin air filter repeatedly, significantly reducing dust and allergens inside. 4. When you want to maximizing heating efficiency in winter. Once the cabin has warmed up, using recirculation will heat the already warm air instead of constantly trying to heat frigid air from outside. This can help the car feel warmer faster. When should you avoid using the recirculation? 1. Don't use it for long periods in cold or wet weather. Recirculating moist air from your breath and wet shoes will cause the windows to fog up much more quickly. Moisture has no way to escape. Instead, use fresh air mode. The outside air is usually colder and drier, and the climate system can effectively remove this moisture as it warms the air, preventing fogging. 2. Don't use it with multiple passengers for a long time. This is basically because you are all breathing the same, increasingly stale air. Oxygen levels drop and carbon dioxide levels rise, which can cause drowsiness. The cabin can also feel stuffy. The best solution: switch to fresh air mode periodically to replenish the oxygen. 3. Avoid using it immediately after starting a very hot car. The plastic, vinyl, and upholstery in your car can off-gas chemicals when superheated. Recirculating this air concentrates those unpleasant and potentially unhealthy volatile organic compounds. Open the windows or use fresh air for a minute or two to flush out the hot, chemical-laden air first. 4. Don't use it if your car's exhaust system is faulty. While rare, a leak in the exhaust system could allow carbon monoxide to be drawn into the cabin through the fresh air intake. Using recirculation prevents this dangerous gas from entering. However, this is a symptom of a serious problem that needs immediate repair. Many modern cars with automatic climate control have an auto setting for recirculation. The car's computer will intelligently switch between modes based on the situation. It might use recirculation initially for fast cooling or heating. It will switch to fresh air to prevent window fogging. It may activate recirculation automatically when it detects high levels of pollutants outside, a feature in some luxury models. So, on hot day and when you want cooling down, then recirculate. This cools the cabin faster and more efficiently. If you are driving behind a smelly truck, recirculate. Recirculation blocks outside odors and pollutants. If you are driving in dusty or polleny area, recirculate. Recirculation keeps particulates out, filters cabin air. If windows are fogging up, don't recirculate. Instead, bring in fresh air. Bring in drier air to clear condensation. If you are making long trip with passengers, mostly use fresh air instead of recirculating. This prevents drowsiness from stale, low-oxygen air. If you plan defrosting windows, use fresh air, as this is essential for removing moisture and clearing frost or fog. The air recirculation button is a powerful tool for comfort and efficiency. By understanding the simple principle of inside air versus outside air, you can use it to cool your car faster, breathe cleaner air, and prevent foggy windows, making every drive more pleasant. The button doesn't just block a vent. It controls a physical flap, called a recirculation door or blend door, in your car's HVAC, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning system. When you press on, a small actuator motor moves this door to seal off the passage from the outside air intake, usually located at the base of the windshield. The system then pulls air solely from the cabin, typically through a vent near the footwells. When you press off, the door moves back, opening the pathway for outside air to be drawn in. This mechanical action is why you might hear a faint thunk or whirring sound when you press the button. Using recirculation with your air conditioner is a match made in efficiency heaven. Here's the technical reason why. The AC's job: your air conditioner doesn't just cool air, it dehumidifies it. It passes air over cold evaporator coils, causing moisture in the air to condense and drain away. The synergy: when you recirculate cabin air, the AC is constantly dehumidifying and cooling air that is already progressively drier and cooler. This is a much easier task than dehumidifying and cooling new, hot, and humid air from outside. This reduces the load on the compressor, saving fuel and providing colder air faster. Advanced scenarios and pro tips. 1. The defogging dilemma solved. The problem: your windows are fogging because the interior air is warm and humid, hitting the cold glass. The pro move: turn off recirculation, turn on the AC, and set the heat to warm. The AC acts as a powerful dehumidifier, stripping moisture from the incoming fresh air. The heater then warms this now dry air, which can absorb more moisture from the glass and interior. This is the fastest way to clear fog. Never use recirculation to defog. 2. The smoke and fire protocol. If you're driving through an area with dense smoke from a wildfire, your instinct might be to recirculate. This is correct, but with a critical first step. The protocol: before entering the smoky area, close all windows and sunroof, then engage recirculation. If you wait until you're already in the smoke, your cabin will already be filled with it, and you'll just be recirculating polluted air. 3. Maximizing cabin air filter life. In dusty or high-pollen environments, using recirculation means the same air is passing through the cabin air filter over and over. This prevents the filter from getting clogged as quickly with new particulates from outside, potentially extending its life. 4. The pre-cool preheat hack for remote start. If you use a remote starter, the car will typically use the last used setting. If you know it's going to be a scorcher, leave the system on AC, low temperature, with recirculation on before you turn the car off. When you remote start, it will cool the cabin much more effectively. Common myths debunked. Myth: using recirculation with the heater will make the car warmer faster. Reality: this is partially true initially, as it heats the existing cabin air. However, for sustained heating and to prevent window fogging, fresh air mode is generally better because outside air is drier in winter. Myth: recirculation uses more gas. Reality: the opposite is true when the AC is on. Because the AC compressor doesn't have to work as hard, the engine load is reduced, leading to slightly better fuel economy. Myth: the car can run out of oxygen if I use recirculation. Reality: modern cars are not airtight. There are enough leaks around door seals and windows to prevent suffocation. However, the air will become stale and stuffy, and carbon dioxide levels will rise, which can indeed make drivers drowsy, a significant safety risk. Finally, let's have a look at some troubleshooting tips. If you feel a weird smell when turning on recirculation, this is a classic sign of a dirty cabin air filter or mold mildew growth on the AC evaporator coils. The recirculation air passes over these components, and when they're dirty, it blows the smell throughout the cabin. The solution is to replace the cabin air filter. If the smell persists, an air conditioning cleaning service may be needed. If you hear a whistling or howling noise, this can happen if the recirculation door doesn't seal perfectly, allowing a small stream of high-pressure outside air to whistle through a gap. If the button doesn't work or when there is no sound, if you don't hear the characteristic door-moving sound, the actuator motor for the recirculation door may be broken. This is a common failure. Use recirculation to manage the quality and temperature of your cabin air, to keep good air in and bad air out, and use fresh air to manage humidity, to prevent your windows from fogging up. By mastering this simple button, you move from being just a driver to being an in-climate commander, optimizing your comfort, safety, and your vehicle's efficiency on every journey. Well, that is all we have for you in this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more automotive content. We love hearing from you, so drop your thoughts or questions in the comments below. If you have any suggestions for future topics, let us know. Until next time, drive safe.